Good day, my little robins. It's me, Beth. Another week's passed, which means you get another video from me here on this channel. If you haven't already read the title, yes, 2020 has come to an end, and I'm doing all these top insert here of 2020 videos on this channel, and today we're going to be talking about my top albums of 2020. So, you know, there's going to be some bias towards my personal music taste, so if you guys like different albums or some of the same albums, then the comments is the place to go. Before we begin this video, if you want to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into some top albums of 2020. First up is Horizons by Beyond the Black. This came out in June, so it was kind of like a nice mid-lockdown like release. This is the band's fourth studio album, and it's clearly safe to say by this point they have found their sound, they have found their style, and they know how to appease old and new fans. Jennifer's voice is just like a goddess, and I love her. I'm not a fake fan because I don't like the whole album, but I do like the majority of the album, which is why it made it on. I think if I heard a few of these songs live, you know, it might just change my mind about the whole album. I normally do change my mind after hearing songs live. If I had to pick my favourite song though off the album, it is Out of the Ashes, which is towards the end of the album. Up next is Huntergatherer by Avatar. This came out in August, so it was a nice album, you know, to come out of lockdown with. And this is the band's 8th studio album, and girl, this band can do no wrong. Like, seriously, like, lyrically, they go strength to strength. Like, sound and, like, instrument-wise, oh, they are on, like, a whole other level. And this is gonna sound, like, a little weird, but the more I listen to Avatar, the more I want Johannes, like, to sing me to sleep at night. If I had to pick, like, a personal favourite song off the album, it would be God of Sick Dreams, which I reacted to earlier in the year on the channel. So, you know, go check out my reaction at the end of this video. Now on to Electric Pentagram by Love Bites. This album came out in January before the whole world really went to shit. I was first introduced to this band like in late April when you guys told me to react to the music video When Destinies Align, and it must have been fate because from that moment I was hooked, and I played this album on repeat for like the rest of like the year, and I also went back and, you know, explored the band's catalogue. For me, Love Bites, they bring the heavy, they bring the power metal, they bring the cuteness, and they bring insane talent from like every single member. Like, holy hell, this band is definitely one you can't sleep on, and Electric Pentagram for me was probably a great introduction to the band. And it should come as no surprise that my favourite song is When Destinies Align. You can also check out the reaction I did here on the channel. Delain released Apocalypse and Chill back in February, and its title pretty much summed up what was yet to come, you know, for the rest of 2020. The release date for the album was actually ironically the day I saw them live in Manchester, so it was pretty insane and amazing to hear these songs live straight away, which kind of like hooked me. And as I've said in like on a previous album, when I hear songs live, it kind of changes my opinion on the album, and holy hell, Delain, oh, I just love them. They're one of my favourite like symphonic power metal bands because Charlotte is badass and I love her voice. This is the band's 6th studio album, and each one is unique. This feels a lot more experimental than maybe some of their other albums over the past couple of years, but experimenting is good when done right, and Delain do it right. If I had to pick one song, I would say my favourite is Burning Bridges, which I also did a reaction to, so you can check it out here on the channel. And lastly, my album of 2020 is Manifest by Amaranth, Viral, Wounded Healer, Archangel, Fearless, and of course Boom cemented this clear choice. Love them or hate them, Amaranth is one of those bands that clearly put like 110% into like the lyrics, into like the music, and especially into the music videos, and their music videos throughout 2020 have like lifted my spirits. And I'm pretty sure from the moment, I think it was when I reacted to Viral, or it might have even been Archangel, that I pretty much cemented that this album, before it was even released, was going to be my album of 2020. 6 albums in, I believe this is the perfect balance, you know, for like Elise, Henrik and Nils. They're finally finding their like dynamic as a band. There are so many good gems on this album, you know, that sees like Elise shine, but then there's also like a couple of songs of like Henrik and Nils, and that kind of like blew my mind when I first heard them, and I was just like, okay, bring on album 7. I'm a massive fan of Amaranth, and all the songs that I like listed, the 5 songs, they are all my personal favourites. So, you know, I don't have just one favourite on this album. So yeah, that just wraps up my albums of 2020, and now I'm gonna go pop on some Amaranth. Actually, hold up, before we actually end this video, I forgot to mention my honourable mentions for album of the year. Like, it wouldn't be a video without honourable mentions. What am I? Am I turning into like a Watch Mojo video? Anyway, the first honourable mention is Grim by Dark Sarah. This was a beautifully crafted concept album. I got into it a little bit too late into the year to really consider putting it on this list, but I love me a good concept album. Up next is Cannibal by Bury Tomorrow. This was so bloody close to making my top 5. This band never fails to disappoint, and I cannot wait to see them live in 2021. And the last album that's getting an honourable mention is Everyone Loves You Once You Leave Them by The Amity Affliction. It's a long title. The Amity Affliction were also ironically my last tour before lockdown, and this is one belter of an album. In the comments below, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on my top 5 albums of 2020 and even some of my honourable mentions. Do you guys feel the same, or do you like different albums this year? The comments is the place to go. I love to hear your opinions, and trust me, some of you guys are very opinionated when it comes to music, albums and bands. So yeah, start a conversation. Let's just wrap up this video. You know, if you want to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist. I've got hair in my mouth depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until the next video, and then 2021. I'm Beth. Keep listening to good music. Goodbye.